If you're already using Abby IDP, we have some great news for you. We constantly hear from our customers that increasingly, they are under internal pressure to surface the ROI and value of their document processing automation to internal stakeholders. Oftentimes, processes are being automated without knowing much about the cost or performance to begin with, and that includes both during planning as well as in production. Sylvain and I are here to show you how analyzing the performance of intelligent document processing not only provides clarity and proof of ROI, but also helps optimize automation and streamlines onboarding for new use cases. These three areas are key to unlocking the full potential of your investment in document processing.
Performance analysis is the most effective way to address this. By presenting measurable data, such as reductions in processing times or cost saving, you create a compelling business case. This insight gives stakeholders the confidence to continue supporting the technology and even invest further. For example, if your metrics reveal a 40% cut in processing time, this is a clear win that aligns with organizational goals and strengthens your position within the company.
Exactly, Sylvain. What's even better is that performance analysis doesn't just validate ROI, it also drives automation improvements. Identifying where errors occur or where bottlenecks slow down workflows lets you zero in on the areas that need refinement. Think of it this way. It's like maintaining a high-performance engine. Every small adjustment or fine-tuning effort pays off in smoother, faster, and more reliable results. And over time, these optimizations add up, amplifying the benefits and making your automation efforts work even harder for you.
That's absolutely true, John. Another benefit of analyzing performance is how it simplifies onboarding for new use cases. Once you have the data, you can identify repeatable success patterns that guide your future implementations. For instance, if one team has effectively used Abby IDP for processing invoices, the lessons learned from their success can significantly reduce trial and error for another team tackling customs clearance documents, for example. By leveraging these insights, organizations can replicate success faster and expand automation across departments with minimal friction.
But more importantly, my personal recommendation to you is to start with process analysis before you dive into automation. You will undoubtedly be surprised by the insights you'll get, and I truly believe that you cannot optimize what you do not first understand. If you have not already begun the journey, start small, pick a priority process, track its performance, and showcase the results. Doing so will give you a roadmap to scale success throughout your organization.
And now, to show you some of the analysis that you can run in Timeline, Tanvi will run a quick demo for you.
Hello everyone. Today I am here to discuss how we can leverage the capabilities of Abby Timeline to get full visibility of our overall business process. To start with, let's first see our very first use case, which is insurance claim processing. As you can see on my screen, we are leveraging the capabilities of Abby Vantage to classify our incoming documents, which are insurance claim form and ECG report. Once we have classified it, we are extracting some key information and analyzing this ECG report by integrating it with LLM. Once we have validated these details in the manual review stage, as you can see on my screen, we are directly passing these values to Abby Timeline. On my screen, as if you see, we can visualize our overall insurance claim process. We can see how insurance claim becomes a case in Timeline. This gives us a visibility of the whole journey of each and every claim. As you can see at the left-hand side on my screen, the different stages through which a claim goes through. Also, if you observe, there are certain claims which started its journey but were revoked and ended in midway. Also, if you see, there were certain claims which were a straight through and manual review was not required as they were valid insurance claim. Whereas there were certain claims in which manual review was required because there's a possibility of fraud insurance claim. So these clear picture, you can get it in Timeline. Now, we can visualize our overall process in terms of time and cost metrics as well. For instance, at the right hand side, you can see how we can visualize it and see how many claims have been approved versus rejected versus revoked. In fact, we can see average duration of taken to approve a claim versus rejected claim, and average cost of claims approved versus claims rejected. Now, with the help of bottleneck analysis feature, we can pinpoint to the slowdowns in our claims process. As you can see, in terms of cost, we can leverage the feature of bottleneck analysis to exactly see which stage is costing us the most. As you can see on my screen, with the help of bottleneck analysis, in terms of cost, now we know that manual review, the second manual review stage, is costing us the most. Now we know exactly where do we need to work upon to ensure there is cost reduction. Similarly, in terms of time as well, we can see which stage is consuming most of our time, and then we can work upon it so that we improve the overall processing time and ensure there is an improved efficiency. Now, as you can see, there are loads of features in Abby Timeline, and one of the feature which we can leverage is the alerts to ensure that whenever there is an SLA breach, we get notified and we take the appropriate action. Now let's take a look on another use case, which is feedback analysis. In this use case, again, we are leveraging the capabilities of Vantage to extract the handwritten data from a feedback form. Once extracted and feedback is analyzed by using the LLM, we are getting the sentiment of this feedback. Now, this data is directly sent to timeline. Once it is directly sent to timeline, in timeline, as you can see on my screen, we can visualize the sentiment trends across time, location, and business unit. We can actually get answers to our questions like whether we are receiving more negative feedback or more positive feedback, and from which branch. By using the breakdown feature, we can break our overall process into different segments, into different categories, and look deeper into our process. We can analyze which service is getting the most of the feedback and where are we lacking. Timeline helps us to answer all these questions instantly, turning our unstructured feedback into actionable insights. So, whether we are processing a structured document or we are analyzing a free feedback form, but with the combination of time Vantage and timeline, we get an end-to-end visibility from capture to processing to performance optimization. Thank you.